Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we might have Aquitania rebelling here in a few months? How many months was that? 42 months. Quite a few months. I'm going to pop this over to harsh treatment, and that puts it at minus 0.04. That's going to be a whole lot longer, so hopefully that'll be good. Now, the question is, are we going to be chilling here? When are we going to go to war with these guys? Now, I had just noticed that they have an alliance with quite a number of people around here. So that's pretty extensive. They have a lot of territory. Were they allied up here? Yes. Okay. So they're allied with basically everyone here, right? So that's definitely a lot. What do we have population-wise? 703, 1562. Not a whole lot up over this way. But they would be broadly similar to our population with all of that arrayed against us. So it's definitely going to be a more extensive war than our previous wars have been. There's no doubt about that. I do want to hop in here and take a look at any buildings we can build. We cannot. Okay, why are you guys chilling here? Because you are needing to be bribed. Okay. The defeated army has stood down. That's good. We're going to walk back into our capital here. I don't want to be sitting here necessarily. Actually, it doesn't really matter, but we're just going to drill this army. And these guys are still working on building roads. So for the time being, that seems reasonably fine. Now, we do need to develop Aquitania. We need at least 3 cities up here. So that's going to be a while. 90 or higher province loyalty. Wow. That's a lot of province loyalty. Okay, that could take some time, considering we're at negative provincial loyalty right now, and we're at 11.66. That's going to be rough. No doubt about that. We do need to work on our conversions here. But for now, the harsh treatment is, I think, the only real way to go. So we've got a number of these that are becoming disloyal. This is not surprising, and we're going to hop over to harsh treatment here. And we'll hop over to harsh treatment over here as well. So that'll bring the provincial loyalty up in at least one of those locations. So that's fine. Next up, we've got a military tradition that we can get. So we can get light infantry morale, heavy cavalry morale and cost. Neither of those are actually useful for us in any meaningful way. Going down this way, we would get hit and run tactics, plains and hills combat bonuses, loyalty of general, omen power, sure. Levy size multiplier is an interesting one. Okay, we've got assault ability, discipline. That's not bad. We'll take the assault ability into discipline in Iberian mercenaries. That'll be fine. Cool. So no real problem there. So the question is, when do we want to pull the trigger on this war? I think with our stability negative right now, that's probably not a great idea. We probably need to let our aggressive expansion drop for a while. So we'll keep building these roads for a bit here. I'd love to build buildings, but, you know, we can't. We've got nowhere to build buildings. So that's fine for now. We would like to expand, for sure. We could think about taking something. Buffing up our siege ability and fort defense is probably not a terrible idea. We could work on this over here for a while. And that'll do for the moment. We're at 160 research efficiency right now. It could definitely be better. But for the moment, I think that's reasonably okay. We're making 715 manpower per month. No problem there. And let's take a quick look at how we're doing militarily. So we've got these 2 legions. We can actually expand the Legion of Lusitania, and I would love to do so. So the way that we'll do this is we'll first add in a cohort of archers, and then I'm going to put in a second cohort of siege engineers. There we go. Fantastic. So we're still going to need to be bringing it up to this size, right? We're going to need to have 6 heavy infantry, 6 spearmen, and 2 additional units of archers. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Cool. That'll bring us up to 31. Yep, that's exactly correct. Excellent. So then our 2 legions will be interchangeable at that point. But as it is, our 1st legion is still definitely stronger. For the time being, that's fine. We are going to be capping out our manpower relatively soon. So that's definitely a bit of a concern. But we'll just get these... We'll get these roads done for now. The question is, are we going to come into conflict with Rome anytime soon? Not currently. What do our oligarchs want us to do? Well, actually, Democrats have control of the Senate with 100 approval right now. Interesting. And they have no objective. Oligarchs want us to do bestowment. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Traditionalists want us to do investment. I think we should maybe consider getting manipulate candidates here. Changes by plus 0.4 per month. Yeah, I think we should manipulate candidates here. Wait, how much does that cost us in political influence? 25? No, we should not do that. Okay, cool. We want to gain political influence, and actually this event would gain us 10. The Adaxis family is going to be upset about this, but I'll do it for the political influence. So I want to get an additional settlement upgrading up to a city. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, that's right. We were working on political influence, not on this stuff for our techs. I need to remember that. Justice will be done. This guy's going to be really upset about that. So hypocaust and cultural assimilation, those would be very good, actually. There's also religious assimilation down here. A fair trial, indeed. A ruined reputation and a fine would deter these, or we could imprison this guy. Aha. We'll actually take the population happiness. Cool. There we go. So that puts us up to 170 research efficiency. Remember, we can get up to 200. So we can definitely boost up our research efficiency further. That's great. We are going to look to do that. What can we do in terms of city buildings? Aronia? Okay. A new prominent family, and we lose a prominent family. Okay. Sure. So we've got a civil war brewing. We'll look at that in a moment. We need to come up over this direction. No, I don't want to hire these. No, I don't want to hire the mercs. I'm trying to click on the province. There we go. Cool. So we're going to just put in a library there. And what do we have here? Okay, Celadus Adaxis is the main problem here. He's the governor of Lusitania. He has a lot of corruption. We can bribe him, not that that's going to help it. Puts him at 31. He's still going to be disloyal. Oh, wow. He was just blinded, and he's in poor health. Why are we not getting a tooltip on that? Okay. Well, he's in poor health, regardless. Yeah, we'll pay to replace the stockpile. That's okay. I'll give this guy free hands. He might die, but we'll do that regardless. So let's see here. Donus Galanus, huh? We'll just bribe him. There we go. No problem. Unfortunately, our political influence is basically gone at this point, and we need all the political influence we can get our hands on. That is absolutely true. Where else can we build? Orky? Sure. So that is going to be a library. Wonderful. And with those libraries, we're of course going to just continue to boost our technology output. That'll be great. Our stability is still going very slightly down, but it's going to start going up soon, which is excellent. We're very, very glad about that. These disloyal provinces, actually Aquitania is growing in loyalty now. That's good to know. Lusitania is not. They're very upset about their governor's corruption. Okay. I mean, I don't blame them. He is quite corrupt. He is encroaching on public lands as well. Can we bring him to trial? The oligarchs wouldn't like it, but we have a 53% chance of success right now. Let's reward his veterans. We've got plenty of cash. And that doesn't appear to have actually reduced his power base. I just wanted to see if that would. I'm not surprised about it. What happens if we replace him as governor here? Done. So just doing that brings us to positive loyalty. I like it. So that's absolutely wonderful. Are we still building up here? No, we are not. This is now done. Are we taking attrition here? Yes, we are. And we should probably... Let's see. These guys are from Lusitania. So I guess they can walk down over this way-ish. Cool. They don't need to be on road build. They're done building roads for now. There's roads all the way to where they're going. So that'll be absolutely okay. An unpopular consul, huh? Integrated culture happiness minus 10%. We could just throw money at the problem. Or we could gain 10 tyranny and 20 political influence. And that's absolutely what we're doing. We're at our minimum tyranny right now, or we will be very, very soon. And I would love to have this political influence. Okay, so we're going to need a tribune of the people, and that is going to be, well, this guy. Okay, so who all is angry right now? Orgetorix Adaxis. Okay, so that's this guy over here. So he's, of course, angry because we tarnished his family's honor and investigated that scandal, right? That's reasonably expected. We are working our way down towards hypocost, actually. And so the Freeman output and the pop promotion speed is the way we're going right now. Yep, that'll do the trick. The head of the Koreid family. Okay, so we would put in, at this point, a Koreid, if we can. Yep, here we go. Fantastic. So I think Orgetorix is probably not a good option for us to target here. But Sentica Adaxa, she's an interesting target. She's in poor health. She has no corruption right now. Let's give her free hands, and she's still going to not bring up her corruption. Okay. A researcher died. We do need a new martial researcher, and that will be this guy with no scorned families, so that's good. Our power base is still pretty disloyal. Orgetorix is a big part of this, and Vasura is the next target here. Once again, we can afford a free hands here. And yeah, I know that we're negative in our Senate support. So for now, that'll do. Let's take a look at what we've got for buildings. Actually, none. That's fine. So let's get this guy back over here and drilling. Perfect. So our legions are now both drilling. Cool. We're done constructing our navy over here for now. We may want to consider building additional ships. And let's just queue up roughly 1 trillion triremes. We're just going to spam this for a bit here until we get down to maybe like 4,000 gold. There's a lot of them queued up here. No doubt about it. Yeah, we've got a civic advance here. I'm just going to continue to queue up these triremes. For the moment, they're so cheap. Okay, there we go. Civic advances. Perfect. We're going to grab granted manumission. Cool. So next up is hypocost. Petition of minorities only needs one of these two. Cool. Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. Freeman output and citizen output here. Both of these are good to have, but it's not necessarily the biggest of deals. So I think we're going to go to hypocost and then beeline to cultural assimilation and servile bondage. All that political influence gain is going to be very important. So we'll do that for now. We've got another civil war brewing up. Orgetorix is still a problem, but Bulgios Divicus is actually the bigger problem here. We can give him free hands, and that'll be fine. Cool. So that solves that problem for the time being. We've got a lot of ships queued up here. And this city was just built. Beautiful. So what do we want to put in here? We produce wine. I'm going to make this be a research city. There we go. There's that all underway. Wonderful. We just want to get our research efficiency up further. It's a bit of a struggle, of course, but we'll continue to work on that. Pop conversion speed is, of course, wonderful, and I'd love to make our way down over here. Slave labor great wonder effect? Okay. There's a decent amount of output down here. Morale of armies is good, too. Okay, that's definitely decent options. There's a few good things over here, but there's not really anything that we're really going to hard target for the time being. So that seems absolutely fine. We can call down an omen, and I'm still going for that assimilation speed. How are we doing on our assimilation anyway? Well, before we do that, I want to get one of these settlements upgrading. So we'll get this one going for now. This produces iron, so that'll definitely be a slave city. That is absolutely fine. No, we don't deal in demands. This guy does not get his personal army. So I want to take a look here in our administration. Okay, so we're sorting by percentage of religious unity for right now. How are we actually doing on our religious unity? It looks like broadly we're doing reasonably well. We've got a ways to go in a number of these locations, and we need to enable automatic trade there. Okay, I'm not going to be focused too much on forcing these guys to change over. I want to spend political influence on building cities. So for now, that'll be fine. There's a lot of cities being built here. No doubt about that. Well, there's one city being built here. But we have built a lot of cities, is what I mean to say. We do want to have additional pop growth, of course. We are at 5466 right now. Okay, this guy is being... We really don't want a unit of light infantry here. Disband them. Okay, so that means that this guy is now disloyal. And what do we want to do about that? That's a lot of stability. That's a whole lot of stability. We're going to reward his veterans, reducing his power base. He is part of the oligarchs. Okay. Orgetorix Adaxis is still the core problem here. And I don't know that there's all that much we can do about him. I mean, we could assassinate him. That would get us some AE. But consider it done. Cool. So that's underway. Then, of course, we've got Segovax Divicus here, which is this guy. And we need to figure out what we want to do with him. We'll work on making friends with him for now. I kind of doubt that that will really do the trick. But we've got some internal politics to work on here. There's no doubt about that. Only a tiger is sure to win him over. At least he's staying put and keeping drilling. That's nice. He could have just chosen to wander off and sit in an attrition area and just eat up our manpower. But he has not chosen to do that, and so that's okay. Out of curiosity, how are we doing on these legion sizes? We could definitely increase that by 1, but for now, with him disloyal, I'm not going to do that. Or negative political influence. Gross. That is not ideal, that's for sure. So our advances were a long ways away from another advance here. We're 80 years ahead of time right now. That's quite a ways. No doubt about that. Especially when you consider that the end of the game is only like 100 years away. Interesting. So we'll give him 250 of our personal wealth, and we'll see what that ends up doing. Like, this guy's not at a super low loyalty. He's just a jerk. Of course, some of that is due to tyranny, but that's okay. Have we managed to make friends with him, is the question. Yes, we did manage to make friends with him. Excellent. So, he is friend of ruler, bringing him up to 44, making him loyal. Fantastic. There's still a civil war brewing here, and it's primarily Orgetorix. It's really just Orgetorix. So that'll break out in 13 months. How are we doing on our assassination plot of him? Let's see. We need to go to our ruler. Okay. Success chance of 52%. Our leader has become a lunatic, or we could summon the wisest minds in the land for 10 gold, and we'll do that. That actually made our risk of civil war go away, which is intriguing. Very intriguing indeed. I'm not sure why that went away there, but I'll accept it. I don't want to go into civil war right now. That would be awkward. So we do have a couple of cities that we can build in. There's this one here. This is a slave city. And then there is Mentessa down here, which is a manpower city. Cool. We'll get those underway. We definitely want to get as much building as possible done here, which it is. It's as built as we can for the moment. So that sounds absolutely great. How are things looking up here? 11.91 growing by 0.03 per month. Okay. That's got a ways to go. No doubt about that. Like, we look at provincial loyalties like this one. That is going down a little bit due to nothing in general. Okay. Just general things. Cool. So we do have a couple of disloyal provinces. The big one here is this, which actually has food, remarkably. I don't know where the food came from, but sure. This guy's not loyal enough to change the policy. Yeah, once we get up to this size here, we'll give Carthage gold. That's fine. Once we get up to... Hello, Roman revolt. I just got slightly distracted here. Rome is going to lose, or rather not lose this. Rome is going to win this revolt. But that's definitely intriguing that they have a revolt going on there. What are you doing? I saw that you were moving. Stop it. Stop it. Do we grant you stipends? Yes. Okay. Stop it. Turn around. Go back to drilling. Okay. We're having big loyalty issues, but given the fact that we're a great power now, this is not surprising. We do need to do some internal work here. No doubt about that. I wouldn't mind dealing with some of our... Let's see. Oligarch approval is going down. Traditionalist approval is coming up. And Democrat approval is going down. Traditionalists hold the Senate right now. Okay. Noted. So we do need a physician here. And we do have a scorned family as well. So we'll put in this lady. Cool. Now this is going to be a big war if we fight up here. Have they broken any of their alliances? None that matter anyway. Okay. So that's fine for the moment. Ah, Llama just became a city. Perfect. So we're going to come down over here, and this was going to be... Yeah, this is iron. So we're going to put in a foundry. We're going to put in not a forum. We're going to put in mills and tax offices. I was going to say a slave estate. That's not the building that builds in a city. That's not how that works. Cool. So we're going to make this into a slave city. It produces iron, so that will be absolutely fine. So that's all underway. How are we doing on our tech? It has dropped somewhat. Okay, but our stability is definitely coming up. That is good. Our population happiness is reasonably okay. It is reduced by 9.78 due to our stability, but that's fine for the moment. So we've managed to stave off civil wars for now, but we're probably going to have some brewing up relatively soon. It's just kind of... Okay, our attempt to assassinate this guy has failed. We'll try again. And yeah, that is going to boost up our AE, but that's fine. We'll continue to try this. He did lose 10 health there, and I would very much like to have Orgetorix killed. We did get a bountiful harvest, and we're going to take the stability. Well, the traditionalist approval is actually nice. We don't really need the gold. We're going to take the stability here. Okay. So that'll be good. That'll boost up our population happiness somewhat. Now, keep in mind, our income is low right now, but the reason for that is because we're deliberately tanking our income, right? We have our wages up, and that is to reduce monthly corruption. And we have our taxes down for the population happiness. So we're deliberately tanking our income, and we can definitely have quite a bit of headroom there. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll think about attacking these guys. But that is going to be a pretty big war. We'll have to decide when we want to do that. I think that time is creeping closer, though, for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you, that was the wrong button, to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Ataldet Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.